Hey Pikachu, I have a bolt of brilliance! So I just finished Detective Pikachu on my 3DS, and while I wasn't a major fan of the gameplay, the story was incredible. Now if you haven't played the game and you want to know what happens on your own and you don't want any spoilers, please turn this video off right now, turn back, turn around, and come back once you've beaten the game. But if you don't care about getting spoiled on what happens in the game, you're in for the right place, because I have a theory and a prediction on what happened to Harry, Tim Goodman's dad, and where the series is going to go in the future, maybe with the new movie coming out starring Ryan Reynolds. So the main mission of Tim Goodman, the main character of the game, was to find out what happened to his dad, Harry Goodman. Harry's this detective. He has a partner named Pikachu. There was a case that he was on, and a horrible accident happened, and Harry's dad disappeared from the car crash. So while Harry is missing and Pikachu survived, he now doesn't remember anything that happened before the accident, and he can now speak to Tim, but he can't speak to anybody else. And the whole mission of Tim in the beginning of the game is to find out what happened to Harry. So now let's cut to the very final scene where you have Tim, Pikachu, and Mewtwo. Mewtwo and Pikachu have this conversation where Mewtwo says you have to pick one. And then we don't see what Pikachu picks, but we then see this weird glow, and all of a sudden Pikachu faints. Cut to Pikachu and Tim going on to continuing the rest of their work. So here's my theory. When there was that accident, Mewtwo was there and somehow saved Harry and Pikachu by combining them together as one, so that Pikachu is Harry. They are together. That's why Pikachu has this weird new passion for coffee and can speak only to Tim. And when Mewtwo asked Pikachu to pick one, he was asking Pikachu to pick, does he want to stay as Detective Pikachu, or does he want to go back to being Harry? But then that means Pikachu either probably isn't going to be around, or it's just going to be the regular Pikachu that can't communicate back and forth. It'll be Harry's old Pikachu. So also at that very final scene, Mewtwo also tells Tim that Harry is alive, and that if he continues to work as a detective and still try and search for his father, he will eventually find him. Now that's very purposefully left open to be, is he going to find Harry as a human, or is he going to find out that Harry is now this Detective Pikachu? If my theory is correct, it's then clear what Harry chose, which was to stay as Detective Pikachu. So the question remains then, why did Harry choose to stay as Detective Pikachu instead of going back as a human? Harry decided to stay as Detective Pikachu because he has the ability now to talk between Pokemon and Tim. And before this whole incident happened with Mewtwo and Pikachu and Harry, there wasn't an ability for humans to communicate with Pokemon and understand the language. They could talk to each other, but the Pokemon would say their cry. They wouldn't speak English so that the humans could understand. So now, because Harry is a true detective at heart, and that's his passion, his love, he's still going to be able to work with his son, but just as Detective Pikachu, and he will be that in-between Pokemon that will be able to translate what other Pokemon are saying and then communicate that to Tim, so that they will be able to solve many more cases down the road as an awesome detective team. So therefore, Nintendo, Pokemon, they get to create story after story, case after case, and have really created an incredible franchise here with Detective Pikachu. I can't wait for the movie to come out. It's going to be so much fun, and I'm really curious to see when Detective Pikachu 2 comes out, whenever that game decides to arrive, if my theories are correct. Or maybe you have your own theory on what happened. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and share this with other friends of yours so we can hopefully get that 1,000 subscriber mark. We're only about 250 away. Any help that we could get to 1,000 would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys again for everything, and don't forget, work hard, play hard.